A new dark comedy from the Emmy-nominated creator of sitcoms like Boy Meets World and My Two Dads is set to make its world premiere here in Jacksonville. Here to tell us about it is Michael Jacobs, the author of the new play, Harlan and Bronna Jump Out the Window. Michael, welcome.
Thanks, Ann.
Thanks for being here.
Nice to be here.
We're also joined by the show's director, Brian Neese, artistic director of Lumen Repertory Theatre. Welcome back, Brian.
Well, I'm good to be here. By the way, Michael's directing the show. I'm just the artistic director of the company.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's start with you, Michael, about the creation of this. I mean, this is the story of a wealthy New York City couple, but it explores a lot of themes that are both kind of relevant and current, and I think will speak to people. Tell us a little bit about what this play is about.
It's really about, in the end, it's a metaphor for what we're currently going through with our world situation.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not entertaining. What's entertaining is a couple who live on the 34th floor in Manhattan who look down upon all of the people on the street and are informed that they're down to their last $1 million.
Mm.
Now, that's a dilemma a lot of us would like to have.
Yeah.
So automatically, the play is tone deaf. So I think what happens to them is that they realize that they've got a choice, so says their financial advisor, that they can live on their 8%, $80,000 a year in Manhattan, and he'll instruct them how to do it. After he leaves, she says, or we could spend it all and jump out the window. And the play is about their adventure in getting rid of all of their resources, much as the world is doing now, and deciding in the end, is humanity down there on the street worth knowing? And that's the joy of the play, their trajectory.
And so you're talking, I mean, it's metaphorical, but it's also exploring, themes of privilege, social collapse.
Right.
I mean, so you are delving into the dark stuff, but it's a comedy.
Yes, it's very funny.
Yeah.
And the reason I think it's funny is Mel Brooks, I think, was asked, what is the difference between comedy and tragedy? And his answer was, tragedy is when I have a hangnail. Comedy is when you fall into an open manhole and die.
Yeah, right.
So I think that an audience getting to watch the travail of people that they would kind of like to be in trouble will entertain them.
Yeah. Brian, talk, if you will, about the kind of what the significance is of having a play of this caliber and someone of Michael's talent premiering this show here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's huge. We're only in our third season, and we said, as Northeast Florida's only fully professional nonprofit theater company, that we were going to do big things and take big swings. We do that in investing in equity actors and in designers. We do that in debuting new work. And because of the way this came about, an old high school connection between our board president and Michael rekindled. And then Michael actually deciding, he wanted to work with me in some way. I still don't know why he decided to do that. But we decided to take a big swing. And if he's willing to come here, we're willing to put it up. And I agree with Michael. The audience is going to be immensely entertained. And we also play with some of the tools of theater so that the fourth wall gets broken in some unexpected, funny and unique ways as well. Again, taking a big swing with something that could just be a kitchen sink drama.
Not everybody knows what it means to break the fourth wall. Just explain to us, first of all, what that is and kind of what it, the import it carries or kind of how
Sure.
it plays with the audience.
Sure. So observed theater would be you're watching people who are not aware of your presence as an audience member, and they never turn to you, address you, speak to you, acknowledge your presence. That happens in this play quite often, that different characters and different people you may not expect, even technicians and others, would recognize the audience's presence. So we are embracing the idea that we are putting on a play for you and you're in on the joke.
Yeah. Michael, your work has included, we mentioned a little bit of it, but Boy Meets World, Dinosaurs, Charles in Charge, also the movie Quiz Show from the 90s, which was a huge, and you also were nominated for an Academy Award for that.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of history in Hollywood. How did you come to, decide that Jacksonville was going to be the place for this premiere? Just he alluded to kind of a rekindled connection from way back.
Rob, who's standing in the corner over there.
That we're supposed to. It's like the fourth wall is there.
I'm
in this
breaking the
case.
fourth
Okay.
wall right now. The phone rings and Rob says, "Would you consider working with us? I'm the president of a board of an equity company in Jacksonville. So immediately you take that seriously. And I remember Rob because I think I played Richard III in my senior year of high school, and we needed spear carriers.
Uh-huh.
And I saw Rob in the hallway, and I said, "Come, carry a spear." And that started a lifelong love of the theater for him.
Wow.
So I remember that. And when he called, I said, it happens that I've had an idea for years, and it might be time to write this play. And what I always do is I call Elliot Brown. Elliot is my good friend, and he was my theater attorney for the plays that I used to write. And I said, "I have an idea." He said, "Tell me the idea." And I said, "Yeah, but if you don't like it, you'll tell me, so I'll tell you." I tell him the idea. He says, "You have to write it. And it's perfect for you to try it out with these people who are doing this good work." Because I explain, see, Brian, he won't say it about himself, but he does plays that are so good for this community and that no one else will do them, and they succeed. And Rob on the board will say, "Why can't you do Gypsy?" And I don't think you even have heard of Gypsy. and his success here with Lumen is really attractive. And I'm hoping I can contribute with this play.
When you talk about an equity troupe here, that has to do with the actors that are participating, also the professional level of the theater. This is performers are paid for their work, which is, unusual in this market. I think it's alone in this market in that respect.
There's one other outfit, one or two
Okay.
that pay, but none that are affiliated with Actors Equity.
Okay. And so that appealed to you, Michael, because you just kind of know that is bringing a level of talent and
I know that they're serious.
Mhm.
I know that his aspiration is up there on a level that you've got to take him seriously. And then, I knew Rob, but I didn't know Brian.
Mhm.
And as I got to meet him, you're very lucky to have him. His desire, what he wants to bring the audience. All my life I've tried to honor the audience. Every actor I've ever spoken to is, who are we doing this for? In the moment that I sense that an actor is unaware that there are people watching that have paid to see them, then we have the discussion.
Yeah.
And what Brian was saying about breaking the fourth wall in this piece, the audience is representative of the humanity that Harlan and Bronna have never really met.
Mhm.
And the experience for the audience is very similar, the best I've ever seen. We've talked about this. David Cromer, who's a very successful director in New York, did a version of Our Town. And as soon as I saw it at the Barrow, at the Playhouse downtown, 3 seconds into the production, I turned to the person I was with and I said, "We're dead. We're in the graveyard with Emily Webb. We're going to come back into life." And then all these curtains were pulled in his production, and you got the smells and sounds of life. And then we returned as the audience
Oh, wow.
to being Emily Webb.
How powerful.
Phenomenal. It's not quite as powerful as that, but it's very entertaining what we're doing.
Brian, he speaks about your your desire to bring great theater to Jacksonville. And we should say that you were a winner this year of the Cultural Council Awards. You were named the 2025 Arts Innovator by the Cultural Council. So congratulations on that. Will you just tell us, this is a show that is going to premiere here. There are also some opportunities for people to interact with Michael.
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about, where the performance is, how people can participate,
Sure.
and just briefly, if you will, remind us of the fact that you try to get students
Yeah,
to come
absolutely.
and participate.
Yeah, so the show opens September 19th, runs through October 4th at Good Shepherd Episcopal Church in Lovett Hall there. We have an opening night gala where for a little bit extra, you get to show up early, complimentary drinks, food, etc., get to mingle with Michael and some other New York representatives, our cast, creatives, some other luminaries in the city, so forth. Go to lumenrep.org for all the information, all the tickets, all of that. And if you are a high school or college student, you can use the code NEXTGEN, all caps, one word, and your ticket is free. Not to the gala, but to the performance. You can come for free. We want to tear down all of the barriers that prevent the next generation from experiencing and falling in love with professional theater.
Well, congratulations, Break a Leg. I'm so pleased you're doing this. Brian Neese and Michael Jacobs, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ann.